Go fuck another fish, asshole.
Dude, seafood sounds so freaking good right now. I didn't know what to play, and then I saw that clip, and I'm like, I need to eat some shrimp. Oh, like coconut shrimp. Oh my god, yes. Dude, what's the best place to get seafood? Like as far as a restaurant goes, because I'm thinking here in Colorado we got Red Lobster. That's about it. I'm sure there's other places, but that's the only one that I see that stands out. Red Lobster, and that's all. It's the same shit that we when I was like, 7, when my parents would take me to Red Lobster, like, ooh, we're gonna get a big fancy seafood meal. Let's go to Red Lobster. And then like the whole atmosphere has stayed the same since I was 7 years old to now, and they probably haven't even changed the carpet. They probably have, but visually, in my optics, they haven't. Might want to clean that tank. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking seafood, really. And then I was also thinking about when I was a kid eating those like fish sticks. My mom would make fish sticks in the oven. The Gordman's fisherman. Listen. Okay, that's what happens to my brain. Okay, I'm like sitting there. Why should we start the show with today? Oh, this is funny.
Go fuck another fish, asshole.
That's from Peacemaker, by the way. Hilarious action show with John Cena. But anyway, then I was like, ooh, yeah, those. I used to love those fish sticks and dip them in tartar sauce. Ooh, oh, look at me. I'm getting all Twitter pated thinking about fish sticks. Not fish dicks, fish sticks. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. It's been a busy morning so far for me. Got a lot going on. Um, I'm one of those guys when I'm making, sending out emails or texts that I assume that you're going to respond like right away. Right away. I sent like some texts and emails this morning after talking to somebody else, and only one guy got back to me like right away. The other guy, I assume he died. I don't know. It's just fucking something catastrophic had to have happened for him not to immediately respond back to me. Come on. Were you in a car accident? No. No. Were you in the hospital? No. No. Then what the fuck, man? You see my name flashing at you on your phone. Respond ASAP. Now, I might not do the same in return. But fuck you. Fuck you. I don't what is it? Do as I say, not as I do type of thing. So eat a dick, respond back quick. Ooh, make that a t-shirt. Eat a dick, respond back quick. All right. Okay. Anyway, it's a weird day. I apologize. Hope you guys are having a great day. A ton to get into. A lot of great stories to get into, and the Colorado Rockies. They still suck. I don't know. Are they the worst team in Major League Baseball right now? They might be. And a big name in the NFL world, defensive player, throwing out some cryptic bullshit texts or tweets or whatever the fuck it was yesterday, deletes them. Could he be on the move? And just about every team is going to want to pounce on that dude. We'll get into that plus so much more. Hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening. Also, click on the like button as well. And remember, today's show is presented to you by Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. I'll get more into them in a little bit, but what we need to do now, let's do it. Let's jump into those headlines.
Let's go! Let's go! And now, here are the headlines.
I'm just saying fish sticks are good. Again, every time I say fish sticks, if I say it, if I don't enunciate, it sounds like I'm talking about fish sticks. South Park made fun of that, didn't they? With Kanye West. Anyway, sorry. This is kind of bizarre. I believe Florida did something similar to this. Colorado just introduced a bill that is going to require age verification to access adult websites. They already do that. Come on. It's a foolproof plan. It is like just a solid steel vault. It has a pop-up that asks you, are you 18 or older? And you can't lie on those. You can't lie on those. Yes, I am. This is absurd. Is this not America? It's funny to see the people that are mad about this. I don't know how they're going to verify it, other than what they do now. I get why they're doing it. It's to keep it out of kids, you know, keeping it away from children, okay? And that that ultimately makes sense. But how do you do that? And how annoying is that going to be if you're feeling frisky with yourself? Wife's out of town. You're going to light some candles, maybe put on some smooth jazz. I don't know what you're into. Okay. Dim the lights. And then you go to your favorite website and you're like, please scan your ID. Okay, now type in your social security number. Okay. And then, who wants to be entering all that information just so you can fire off a couple knuckle children in the sink? I don't know. I don't want to do that. It's ridiculous. You're welcome for that visual. Oh, that's going to be interesting to see how they do that. That and it's just and here's the thing. Whatever they do, kids are going to find a way to get around it. Kids are smart. Let's not pretend they're not. How many times do you have to have like the me with my parents, and I can only imagine what it's going to be like when my kids are a little bit older and they're trying to help me with technology. But like my mom is sending me text messages and I'm trying to be her IT person. Like, I don't know, did you unplug the box and plug it back in? Sometimes that's all it needs. Oh no, we already did that. Did you? Did you? Because that sounds like it could be the problem. No, no, no. And then we've been dealing with this for 5 days, whatever the issue is, right? Say it's like their cable box. And then all of a sudden she'd be like, oh, weird, it started working because you probably unplugged it and plugged it back in. Sometimes the hardest or the biggest problems have the easiest solutions. Anyway, where was I? Where was I? Kids are going to figure shit out. Okay. Whether it's unplugging it and plugging it back in, or in this case, they can just make up a persona. Oh, you can't just create your own, uh, email account and say you're over 20 some years old. No, you can't do that. That's impossible. Sure. Whoever's making this bill and coming up with the technology needs to be somewhat young and someone that can think outside the box. Because if it's boomers coming up with the security features for this, it's just going to be a laughing stock. Well, you gotta answer all these questions. How old were you when this happened? I don't know. Fucking Google it and then figure out the math. Jesus, I don't know. I get why they're doing it, but kids are just gonna find a way around it. If they're that, you know what? Well, it wouldn't. Listen, let's say they do, make that a fucking steel vault, just impenetrable to get into a porn site for a kid. They're just it might be good for them. Pick up a Sears catalog. Is that still a thing? Good housekeeping. I think you can go to the store and get those, right? Oh, she's baking damn cookies. Ooh, dang, dang, man. Let their imagination roll. Okay, nothing wrong with that. I mean, you go to a porn site, and it's just like there is no imagination anymore. It's just there. Come on. Back in my day, we used to have to work for a boner. And you're welcome. You're welcome. Try to work that into a conversation today, but be dead serious. Well, back in my day, man, we used to have to work for a boner. Now it's just there. If you want it, just click on a couple buttons. Boom, bing, bing. Wow, there it is. Anyway. I hope you're not listening to this on speakers so everybody else can hear. Is he talking about working for a boner? Oh, if I was a lady prostitute, that's what my shirt would say. Working for a boner. I'm sitting on the corner, smoking a cigarette. Really work in that corner, right? Wearing my fishnet stockings and wearing my shirt that says, I work for boners. Anyway, LeBron James got his own doll that is made by Mattel, but it's like part of the Barbie cluster thing stuff, whatever. Okay, they got the Ken doll, and then now they got a LeBron doll. Good for him. It's cool. As much as I want to joke about it, that would be pretty freaking neat. I'd be happy if somehow I got a bobblehead. I got a couple bobbleheads behind me in my studio. I got Sean and Gus from the TV show Psych. I think those are awesome. I love that show. My kids do too. And then I got Split from the Banana Savannas that somebody gave me. The Bobblehead Hall of Fame gave me that one, which I thought they still owe me like 3 other ones. They haven't. I need to contact that guy. He's like, hey, I'll send you some. Just give us some love. I'm like, great, sure, no problem. Still waiting on my Nuggets championship bobblehead. Things have changed since then, a lot. But anyway, I think that would be neat. I would be excited for a bobblehead, let alone to have like this freaking Barbie thing that LeBron has. It's silly, but be kind of it'd be pretty cool. LeBron James has become the first professional male athlete to have his likeness depicted in a Ken doll. That's pretty cool. Good for him. I mean, I'm not a fan of LeBron James. He is what we call a douchebag.
Right, as always.
Hey, Ken! Ken joined the show. Hey, wow. I put on Twitter, I said, what would the theme be for the LeBron James Ken doll? Josh S. responded, Nepotism LeKen. Comes with a signed NBA contract for son, trust fund documents, and a My Kids Are Better Than Your Kids bumper sticker for the soon-to-be released LeBronagini. You're an ass. Not for children under 3, as LeKen may fall over and start crying for no reason. Then he added another one. Ring Chaser LeKen comes with housing rental agreements for multiple cities, smartphone complete with NBA superstar numbers and replica director's chair, just like the one LeKen used to announce he's taken his talents to South Beach. All right. Good job, Josh. Those are funny. I tried to do one. Let's see if I can do it. Here we go. I'll try to be announcer voice. It's LeKen. Self-centered. I screwed it up. I screwed it up already. Here we go. It's King LaFleur. This self-centered, soft as hot butter basketball star comes with a box of tissues for when King LaFleur needs to turn on the waterworks to get his way. Wow! He's a man, baby. It also comes with a passport because we all know LaFleur loves to travel. Bonjour, King LaFleur. King LaFleur has an insane special feature.
Feature.
He actually flops if another player gets way too close. Uh-oh, watch out. Someone breathed on him. Now he's flopping. King LaFleur Shit, I did so well till the end. King LaFlop, not sold in stores due to its oversized ego. Yeah, yeah. Nobody likes you, LeBron, you dickhead. Give it up. Give it up. I think it makes it worse that his son is, in and out of the NBA. Obviously, he goes back and forth to the G League, and he does Bronny does well in the G League, but when he comes and plays with the big boys, he just gets dominated, and it's a joke. It's nepotism at its finest. So it's that doesn't help the whole LeBron thing. It doesn't help that LeBron nicknamed himself the king, and just the fact that he's constantly traveling and the refs totally look the other way. It's ridiculous. The only people that like LeBron James are people from Cleveland and Laker fans. That's it. If LeBron James all of a sudden went to a different team, Laker fans are going to hate his fucking guts again. Okay? They are. They're going to be like, God, he's a joke. Man, the amount of times he travels, blah, blah, blah. He's such a pussy. Like, somebody, like, comes near him and he just, like, he breathed on me. Are you okay, LeBron? How's my little guy? This is the ref talking. How's my little guy? Catch your breath, LeBron. Batman hit me. Oh, you're going to be okay. Here's a lollipop. Why don't you go put some ice on it? Okay. Can I get ice cream after the game? Sure, buddy. Sure. God, LeBron. Is he not a guy that has ruined his legacy by being such a pussy? Right? I mean, yes, his stats. Here's the thing. He's still good. That's what's annoying. But the fact that he flops so bad, he's consistently just traveling all over the fucking place. I feel like he's just ruined it, especially with the flopping. The overacting is absurd. It's disgusting. Ruins the game. Now, he's not the only one. He just has the biggest spotlight on him. But he has a tarnished legacy because of that. He did it himself. Did it himself. Fucking King LaFlop. King LaFlop. Bonjour, King LaFlop. How are you? I am very good. That's my LeBron James trying to do a French accent. Hello, I'm very good. How are you? I'm here to play basketball. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck just happened there. I apologize. Things got weird. Do I need to write a letter? Dear listeners and viewers, I apologize. I went off the rails. I have no idea what happened. I may have bumped my head in the night. Not really sure. Something happened. Something happened. We got more coming your way. Plenty more coming your way. But, when it comes to roof repairs, you want the best. In fact, you need the GOAT. Roof Goat USA. They've been in business for 23 years. They understand the headache that comes with fixing a roof, whether it's repair, replacement, insurance claims. Roof Goat USA's experienced professionals are committed to delivering reliable and durable solutions, and they prioritize the safety and comfort of your family, ensuring that your home is well protected against the elements. In fact, here's what's really cool. Roof Goat USA guarantees their work for 30 years. That's 30-year coverage from install date. All materials and labor guaranteed for 30 years from date of install. Pretty dang cool. For all your roofing needs, go ahead, contact the GOAT. Text Eric 303-495-4630, 303-495-4630, or go to roofgoatusa.com. Again, roofgoatusa.com. Experience the Roof Goat USA difference today. Before we jump into sports, an Alaska woman broke a record. And there was a lady, I want to say last year, that broke it. And she made her rounds on social media. She's like shoving a giant burger in her mouth. She won a world record for the largest mouth gape. She has almost a 3-inch mouth gape. That means as she opens her mouth, you can fit 3 inches in there. You guys are gross. You guys are gross. Stop it. Stop it. I feel like that would make life very difficult if you had that big of a mouth. There's a kid, there's a young kid that has one for the males, and I feel like it's really freaking gross. It's very cartoonish looking when they open their mouth. They're like, "Ugh." Oh my god, you can stick like a fucking bowling ball in there. You could stick like 2 fists in his mouth. I'm sure it's happened, but it's really it's really got to be hard because every guy that like she comes in contact with, once they realize how big her mouth is, we're perverts, right? We're gonna be like, oh man, what I would give to see what that would look like, dong in mouth. It's like a hot dog down the hallway. That's I know that sounds gross and over the line, but let's be honest. That's every guy's like, shit, man. That's plenty of room. It's very spacious in here. And then half the guys are be like, does the carpet match the drapes? I guess in a sense.
Big vagina?
Gigantic vagina.
I'm not a doctor, but now I'm curious. Do those line up? I don't know. But that would make it difficult dating. Ultimately that's what I'm going back to, guys. Sorry. Is everybody's going to want to test it in for the dating thing. Also, every time you go out, people are like, let's stick stuff in Carol's mouth. Let's see how much stuff we can put in there. Here's a tennis ball. Here's a racquetball. Here's a softball. You're just going to be shoving stuff in there. Let's put the LeBron James doll in there. Whoa, barely fits because of the ego. Yeah, that's not something I'd want to be known for, but good for her, I guess. Hopefully she gets some, money in regards to it. Maybe she'll get a deal. Listen, if I guarantee you she's probably been reached out, whether she wants to be public with it or not. A porn company's going to reach out. Come on. We got Big Dick Rick over here. He's been looking for a partner. Somebody that's not going to, have to go into traction after, doing the deed. You know what I mean? I'm talking about sucking and sweeter. You know what I mean? Anyway, I've really derailed this show. Part of me wants to hit stop and re-record and go, okay, you know what? You can do better. You can be better. But I'm not gonna. Criminy. NASA is offering $3 million to anyone who proposes technology to solve its unusual problem. What's the problem? Recycling feces and other human waste in space. Listen, I know there's a lot of smart people out there. I feel like somebody could figure that out pretty quickly. I'm not I don't have any knowledge when it comes to that type, waste and recycling and all that stuff. But I imagine that gets fixed fairly quickly. Once you put that out into the world, be like, hey, we're looking for somebody that knows how to deal with this. Obviously you're gonna see if you can use it as a fuel source of some sort, or you're gonna be able to use it in a different way. I don't know. Make brownies as a joke. Come on, eat these brownies. Come on, just eat it. Why do I have to plug my nose when I eat your brownies? Just do it. Oh my God, he ate shit. He ate shit. Real quick, side story. Mark Schlereth, my buddy Mark Schlereth. Some of you have heard this story before. Real quick joke. not a joke, but what worst prank I've ever heard. He was in, I want to say high school or college. They're at somebody else's house, and the parents had just baked some like fresh cornbread or so. It was a big loaf. They had multiple loaves of bread. Well, all the guys were on the football team were hanging out in the living room. Well, Schlereth, Stink, goes and walks into the kitchen. He's just wandering around. He's hungry. He's trying to keep his weight up. So he's like digging through and he sees, oh, fresh bread. And he starts eating it. He's like, oh, dang, this is good. Then he thought, I think we should play a prank on somebody in the other room. So he sees that there's a litter box in the kitchen. He goes and grabs, this is Mark Schlereth. He goes and grabs a cat turd out of the litter box, shoves it into the bread, like deep into the bread, and then he washes his hands, obviously, goes and gets the other loaf. And or was it that one? And then he takes a bite of that one, but then he goes out with the turd infested loaf of bread, and he goes out there, and one of the guys that was trying to be the alpha grabs the bread and be like, give me that. And he starts eating it. Didn't bother to look, and he chomped on a turd. That is why I never want, for all my years that I worked with Mark Schlereth, I refused to prank him because I was scared of what he would do back. After hearing that story, I was like, nah, never going to do it. I don't want to end up eating a cat turd. No. Knowing him, he'd put it in like the coffee maker or something like that. You're like, this coffee tastes like shit. And he'd be like, that's because it is. Oh, no. Icky. Anyway, I had to share that story. It just popped in my head. So anyway, if you know how to recycle feces and other human waste in space, contact NASA. They're offering $3 million. I mean, probably if you did it right, you could probably, although wanting to get a patent on something like that, it's going to take forever. So that'd be the quick route to get $3 million is just go to NASA and do it instead of trying to get the patent on it and then all that other nonsense. But anyway, hold on, I got a pop up on my. Dude, I hate pop ups. We don't need to get into it, but I hate them. But what I do like is getting into sports.
Going deep, tight ends and long balls.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Oh, gross!
It's sports with the Huff.
Well, the Colorado Rockies, they are back. They got blasted by the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday at Coors Field, 17-2. 17-2. That's your Colorado Rockies. Jeff Goldblum had his thoughts on the Colorado Rockies.
That is one big pile of shit.
Yeah. That is a fact. And then here's what's crazy. So they get just bludgeoned to death by the Brewers, 17-2, like I said. I made some comment on Twitter. Matt OFP responded by saying, who is paying the $99 for Rockies TV subscriptions or the $130 for out of market for this club? Because you deserve a refund is what I'm adding on to that. That's the whole bait and switch bullshit. We're promising you a good product, but woohoo, gotcha. It's the Rockies, and it's a big pile of turds on a baseball field. Man, I feel bad for you because if you're a baseball fan, if you're a Rockies fan, you go into every year with the hopes that they're actually going to do something. And then they do this. Yes, it's one game. Yes, the season is still young because it's fucking baseball. and they got a billion fucking games a year. But come on. You're not even competitive. It's terrible. They're a terrible team and a terrible franchise. 17-2. I'm hoping, this is my being a dick. I'm hoping that the Rockies don't win more than 20 games this year. I need to go to Bet Online and do that. Can I bet that the Rockies don't win more than 20 games this year? Oh, that'd be great. They're on pace. They're on pace for that to happen. My God. They're trash. Can anybody defend the Rockies? In all honesty, that has to be the hardest gig in the world, is to work for that organization in some fashion. Like my buddy Drew Goodman, who does play-by-play for the Rockies. He's not going to go out there and tell everybody they're trash. He can't do that. And he would never do that. He's too professional. But man, when I look at it, if I was in his position, I'd be chomping at the bit going, are you fucking serious? This is ridiculous. But again, he's way too professional. He would never do that. But I would. And then I'd lose my gig. How could you imagine do that? Well, we're at, the bottom of the ninth. The Rockies looking to make a comeback. They're down 17-2. Let's see. Nope. Yeah. Gosh, I thought they had it. So close. So close. So fucking close. What a joke they are. Ugh. Obviously, to kind of put a bow on the whole Nuggets shit, which, by the way, I had a buddy up in Michigan text me last night. He's like, hey, wishful thinking. Maybe Jokic, makes his way to Detroit, becomes a Piston. Go burn in hell. No, that's not going to happen. I don't want that to happen. I can see it happening. But the reason I bring that up, and like I said, to continue to beat the dead horse, the Nuggets did win last night, despite, the fact that they just fired their head coach, Michael Malone, and their GM. But the thing that I wanted to play for you is Nikola Jokic on the courtside interview after the game. He said this.
The people say that we are vulnerable, but I think the beast is always the strongest or the most dangerous when they're vulnerable. So maybe he woke up the beast.
Did the beast get woken up? The beast got woken up. His voice is trashed. I wonder why. Probably yelling and screaming. Who knows? But, dude, by the way, check this out for Jokic. Again, who the hell thinks that Nikola Jokic isn't MVP worthy? Oh, no, so he doesn't deserve it. Voter fatigue. He had his 32nd triple-double last night. No, this is coming from Ryan Blackburn of Mile High Sports and the podcast Pickaxe and Roll, if you're looking for some good Nuggets content. Nikola Jokic needs one more assist in the next 2 games to guarantee averaging a triple-double as a center. The dude is just special. That's freaking amazing. How does that not make you the MVP? He's either second or third in points, rebounds, and assists, right? The other dickhead is like number 1 in points. That's it. MVP. He's getting the ball to everybody. He's contributing other than just being a shooter. And he's still up there, at like second in points per game or whatever the fuck it is. Dude, Jokic, special, man. Special. And hopefully, listen, as much as I don't agree with what they did with Michael Malone, if they make it to the playoffs officially, great. If they win in the first round, that's awesome. If they win in the second round, oh my God, yes, they could do it. But if they got juice flowing through their veins because, they made some changes, hey, whatever works, I guess. And somebody said that on social media. I said, do you agree with what the Nuggets did by firing Coach Malone? And they said, no, unless it works. Right, exactly. Unless it works, then I'm all on board and say, yeah, good job, good move, brilliant. I knew from the beginning that this was a good idea. I knew this is a great idea. I can't do Trump. I always want to try to do a Trump impression, and I can't. I can't. It takes me a while to get into that voice. I don't want to try it right now. I teased this at the beginning of the show. TJ Watt sent this. I think it was on Instagram. He quickly deleted it. He posted peace to all. And then of course everybody exploded going, "Oh my god, he's looking for a trade." Maybe, or maybe he was just like, "Man, I hope, let's bring peace to everybody." He didn't say peace out, y'all. He just said peace to all. That's what he said. I don't see what the big deal is about that. But that being said, if he left, wouldn't your team just be chomping at the bit to get him signed? I mean, you might have to give up quite a bit, but he would be a great addition. And it'd be a huge loss for Pittsburgh. I think that's classic us overreacting to a simple post and going, "Oh, let's read between the lines." There are no lines. Well, we're going to make some fucking lines. Peace to all. Man, that's just silliness. I don't think that that's what he meant. But maybe he did. Who cares? If he's on the move, great. As long as he doesn't come to the AFC West, I'll be fine with that. Because unless it's the Denver Broncos. If it's the Denver Broncos, sure. But I don't see that happening. It's wishful thinking. God, guys, the draft is right around the corner. Holy shit. When is that? The NFL draft is officially on. Why won't it tell me? When is? That's going to be starting April 24th. Yeah, dude, that's insane. Only a couple weeks away. Then shit gets real. Jokic is the MVP. I feel like if somebody comes up to you and says, Nikola Jokic isn't the MVP, he doesn't deserve it, voter fatigue, blah, 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 then I feel like there's a couple options you could do. You could throat punch him, okay? You might get in trouble for that one, but I would understand. You could also kick him in the dick. That also makes sense, but again, that is going to get you in trouble. You get a bar of soap, wash their mouth out. Don't have a bar of soap? Just use liquid soap. Ugh. Did you guys ever get your mouth washed out with soap when you were a kid? I remember it once. And oh God, I think it was Dial. Hopefully it was a brand new one and not a used one that had, somebody's hair on it. I don't, oh God. And I'll tell you firsthand, washing somebody's mouth out with soap because they used bad words, probably not. Probably doesn't work in the long run. If you listen to this show, maybe washing mouth out with soap doesn't work. Oh, that's funny. Way to go, Mom. Totally missed the boat on that one. Anyway. I told that to my kids once. I was like, what Nana used to do if I would say bad words or something, she'd, put a bar of soap in my mouth. And then my daughter goes, well, that didn't work. Yeah. But you like bite on it. Oh God, it's so disgusting. Oh, like I get that weird, Ugh. Get that, like I want to puke feeling from it. Yeah. Hopefully that's not happening to you. Why are you sick to your stomach? Well, I was just listening to Duff Uncensored. Oh, yeah, they'll do it. They'll do it. They'll do it. That'll make you vomit right then and there. It will. Either that or defecate your pants. Been there both ways. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting the show. I'll tell you this: if you could support my sponsors as well, they would really appreciate it. Go check out Roof Goat USA. Go to roofgoatusa.com. They're all over in Michigan too. So I do have some Michigan listeners. So if you need your roof done, whether you're in Colorado or in Michigan, there you go. You got to go with the GOAT, Roof Goat USA. And they're changing the game because nobody does it better than them. Nobody. It's freaking cool how good they are. But anyway, again, roofgoatusa.com. Also, check out Kirkwall Group for all your bookkeeping and tax service needs, all that stuff. Go to kirkwallgroup.net. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you could. And if you want to interact with the show, I love it when you do. If you can, I get it. Send it my way. If you can't, sure, no problem. I mean, you're not going to get a Christmas card from me, but I get it. I get it. DeHuff Podcast at gmail.com or on my socials at DeHuff Podcast. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.